Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Zikri bin Saidi. My matrix number is 2021 868 536.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Ikmal bin Muhammad Fazil. My matrix number is 2021491736. So for today, for our ELC 650, the video critic session, our movie topics is The Good Doctor. So let's start.
So we start about synopsis of the Good Doctor. Dr. Sean Murphy is a young surgeon with autism and Severn syndrome who relocates from a quiet country life to join the prestigious Saint Bonaventure Hospital surgical unit. Alone in his world, unable to personally connect with those around him, hint only, advocate Dr. Glassman challenge the skepticism and prejudice of the hospital board and staff when he brings him into the team. Sean needs to work harder than he ever has before, as he never leaves his new environment and relationship to prove to his colleague that his extraordinary medical gift will save lives. So we will start with a bad work ethic.
Not just information, sympathy, empathy. Can Dr. Murphy do that? Can he do that under stress? Can he do that knowing that a human life literally hangs in the balance? He can't even reliably show up for a job interview. Are you going to sit here and tell us that there were no other equally qualified young surgeons? Surgeons without this one's issues? No. Which is exactly why we should hire Sean. We should hire him because he is qualified and because he is different. How long ago was it that we wouldn't hire black doctors in this hospital? How long ago was it that we wouldn't hire female doctors at this hospital? So you're comparing being African American or a woman with being autistic. Please, go on. Okay. Rationalization is exactly the same. Words like temperament and oh no, how are the patients going to react? Aren't we judged by how we treat people? I don't mean as doctors, I mean as people. Especially those who don't have the same advantages that we have. We hire Sean and we give hope to those people with limitations that those limitations are not what they think they are, that they do have a shot.
So the synopsis of this scene, when the hospital board was debating whether to hire Dr. Sean as a surgeon in their facility, this scene was captured. This scene demonstrated the value of communication. So analysis of scene is this scene demonstrates the value of communication. For instance, Dr. Aaron Glassman persuaded the hospital board to choose Dr. Sean Murphy as their surgeon, while Dr. Marcus object due to Dr. Sean's disabilities. Effect: due to Dr. Marcus' refusal or disagreement to acknowledge him as a surgeon in the hospital, Dr. Sean may have become addicted. Dr. Sean suffers from Severn syndrome and autism, among other mental impairments. Recommendation: Dr. Marcus ought to concur with the hospital board decision to appoint Dr. Sean as a surgeon. Dr. Marcus has to hear every detail regarding to Dr. Sean and the rationale for the hospital board selection of Dr. Sean as their surgeon. Application of theory: before starting an agreement with everyone, Dr. Marcus has to hear everyone's perspective on Dr. Sean in order to act professionally as a doctor. Okay, the second one is a good work ethic.
Here's your liver. I'm gonna need you to sign for it.
Standard operating procedure is to leave the liver in the safety of the body cavity.
When we're at the procedure, we had a John Doe at the top of the registry, but that John Doe died before we could plant.
How long ago did you take it out?
3 hours.
We just lost 3 hours.
Technically 3 hours and 5 minutes. Your clock's on the clock.
Can't go below 39 degrees or above 47 degrees.
Sign for it.
Tissue is healthy.
What are you doing?
What are you looking for?
What's he doing?
I'm not sure.
Wait, I think we missed a tumor.
There's nothing.
I know. There's nothing there.
Okay, the liver needs to go back to cold storage. We gotta go.
So, synopsis of the video. This scene was captured when hospital staff member asked Dr. Sean and Claire to bring in organs because there weren't enough for patients. They hired a helicopter to carry these organs because they were from another hospital. So let's start for the analysis of scene. This scene demonstrates the importance of teamwork. In order to transport organ to their own hospital, doctors Sean and Claire traveled to another hospital. However, were complications when the helicopter broke down, and the organ must therefore be transported using a different method. Effects: Dr. Sean and Claire discussed the best way to transport the organ safely to the hospital. They ultimately decide to travel in a police car and aware of the organ potential for use or not. Dr. Sean and Claire using a police car, they stop at grocery shop on the way to the hospital to put extra ice in the box in order to sure that the organ still can be used. So, recommendation. This scene demonstrates their strong teamwork skills as they cooperate to ensure that the organ still can be used to benefit their patient because it is their first goal. Theory of application: everyone should be aware that working as a team is beneficial because it can make their job become simpler as their patient lives are their top priority. Doctors Sean and Claire's actions can serve as an excellent example for everyone of how to operate as a team. So, next is good work ethic.
That won't be necessary. The tumor is entirely encased in large abdominal arteries.
That's very bad. If it's in the artery walls, it's going to be impossible to cut out without killing her. You should get a biopsy to determine where the margins are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm being sarcastic. Again.
Oh, I see, because you already know everything I said, and you already sent a biopsy to the lab.
Yes, because I'm a doctor too.
Yes, but you need me?
Yeah, I need you to run down to the lab and bring everyone.
I'm Dr. Sean Murphy. I'm a surgical resident. Dr. Melinda sent you a biopsy. When will the results be ready?
When I get to it,
It's very important.
they're all very important.
Let me see the other test orders. I'll tell you which ones are most important.
So, synopsis of the video. When Dr. Melendez invited Dr. Murphy to assist him in the patient's surgery, this scene was captured. Dr. Melendez has previously had a misgiving about Dr. Murphy's specialty, but he now sees the value of having Dr. Murphy to perform the surgery. So let's start with analysis of scene. Value of tolerance is illustrated in this scene. Dr. Melendez questions Dr. Sean about the procedures and the patients. Dr. Melendez also gives Dr. Sean instruction to get the patient test result before start the surgery. Effects: Dr. Sean only carried out the instruction given by Dr. Melendez to obtain the test report and assist in the procedure. Recommendation: Dr. Melendez is doing a fantastic job because of his professionalism and tolerance with everyone. Being tolerant of others is a positive thing, and everyone should use this as an example in their daily life. They become closer because none of them has an ego. Theory of application: we must show tolerance for everyone if we want to create a positive work atmosphere.
So next, a good work ethics.
Why the echo?
The boy you brought in, the boy you think needs an echocardiogram.
For his heart. Obviously, it's for his heart. That's what echocardiograms are for. Why?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I understand you think he needs an echocardiogram. We just don't know why.
Well, I noticed that there was a slight reduction in the intensity of the electrocardiogram.
The electrical flow, I noticed that too. The heart rate was the same, but the amplitude dropped.
Pericardial effusion.
Reduced cardiac output,
Stress on the organs.
causing them to shut down.
Yes.
Hold on. Yeah, we're coming right back up. Thank you. They did the echo. It's normal. No pericardial effusion.
No, it has to be. There is no other explanation.
The echo is normal, which means we just wasted our time.
Okay, hey, come with me.
So, for the critical incident 4, the moral of the incident is professionalism in work. So, for the synopsis from the video, because both Drs. Claire and Melendez lack of knowledge about the patient's surgery, they inquired of Dr. Sean in a very professional manner. Next. So, for the analysis of scene, this scene demonstrates treating everyone with professionalism. Despite the fact that Dr. Sean does not practice medicine at their facilities, Dr. Claire and Melendez questioned him about the patients. So, the effects, because they were unsure of the reason why the patient deteriorated in the operating room, Dr. Claire and Melendez went to the Dr. Sean to speak with him directly about the patient. Regarding the patient, Dr. Sean responded to Dr. Claire and Melendez. So for the recommendation, despite the fact that Dr. Sean is not yet a doctor, Dr. Melendez is doing a terrific job because of how professional they are with one another. Dr. Melendez showed concern for the patient by approaching Dr. Sean outside of the operating room to inquire on him. So for the theory of application, professionalism is how someone acts, behaves, and thinks in a job or business setting. To exhibit the crucial traits and attributes of a professional, one need not hold a particular occupation. Success at work, a solid professional reputation, and a high standard of quality and work ethic are all correlated with professionalism. So next, for the critic incident 5, the bad work ethics.
Day 1 for a radical prostatectomy.
Morning, Mitchell. I'm Dr. Melendez. These are my residents, Dr. Brown and Dr. Kalu. Your surgery went perfectly.
I ever gonna walk again?
Yes, of course. This is Mitchell Brand. I've reviewed his chart. He's 55 years old from Chicago, divorced with 2 children. You did a radical prostatectomy on him yesterday. There are many possible complications, but none related to motor neurons. There is no chance you won't be able to walk.
He wasn't worried about his legs.
Oh, yes. There's a significant chance of impotence.
Dr. Murphy, you're late.
No, the bus was late. The schedule was clear. They put.
So for the critic incident 5, the moral of the video is unpunctuality worker. So the synopsis is Dr. Sean already arrived late for his first day of work. He was like, why study and calling his patient? Dr. Melendez also questioned him about his tardiness, but he refused to own up to it. Next. So for the analysis of the scene, this scene demonstrates how crucial being on time is when working. On his first day, Dr. Sean arrived late for work. It was a frantic situation that morning. Dr. Sean was to consult the patient after other doctors. The effects. The scenario with Dr. Sean that morning is pretty chaotic. He explained that the bus was late to pick him up at the bus station. When Dr. Melendez asked him why he was late, Dr. Sean's tardiness at work could result in an instant loss of productivity. His tardiness interferes with other team. So for the recommendation, Dr. Shaw need to get at the office sooner because it was his first day of work and he needed to get ready. Arriving on time might help us to demonstrate professionalism, which includes norms of behavior, workplace ideas, and other qualities. For the application of theory, being on time is a beautiful quality that should be praised and respected in others. Being on time shows that you value other people and your time. When it comes to the job, everyone should be on time. Being on time demonstrates professionalism and establish our credibility as a worker. Right. So for the last critical incidents, backward ethics.
Never walk again.
Yes, of course. This is Mitchell Brad. I reviewed his chart. He's 55 years old from Chicago, divorced with 2 children. You did a radical prostatectomy on him yesterday. There are many possible complications, but none related to motor neurons. There is no chance he won't be able to walk.
He wasn't worried about his legs.
Oh, yes. There's a significant chance of impotence.
Dr. Murphy, you're late.
Nah, the bus was late. The schedule was clear. They put.
So for the critic incident 6, what we can see is the moral of the video is impolite behavior. So for the synopsis of this video, on Dr. Shawn's first day of work, he arrived late and this image was captured. He didn't say hello to the patient or knock on the door as he entered the room. So next, for the analysis of scene, this scene demonstrates that Dr. Shawn's impolite behavior toward his patient privacy. Dr. Shawn made 3 mistakes that day, including arriving late for work, failing to knock before entering, and failing to welcome the patient before beginning the consultation. So the effects, his comrades regret Dr. Shawn's behavior as a result of his impoliteness. Dr. Shawn presents astounded his patients. So for the recommendation, before going into the patient's room, Dr. Shawn should ring the doorbell because it is their space. Before talking with his patient, Dr. Shawn should extend a friendly greeting because it's a smart way to start. So for the application of theory, everyone should avoid impolite behavior because it might have a negative impact on the workplace. Dr. Shawn needs to alter his behavior to become a nice person because when he does, all of his co-workers will come up to him and they might end up becoming friends. So that's all from the critical incident 6. And the last one is the conclusion. So for the conclusions of this movie, many things can be learned from the video except we should adhere to good moral principles because they can serve as our guide before beginning employment. We should stay away from unethical job since it may cause our co-workers to denigrate or dislike us. Being a nice person does not hurt our ability to work, but it does provide beneficial values. So I think that's all from both of us. Thank you, Doctor, for lending us your ear.
Thank
So
you.
have a nice day. Thank you. Bye. Assalamualaikum.